Welcome back to Army of One, the last day.
We'll be back Friday, probably the earliest.
Cool.
But what I can do, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What I can do is, as soon as I know something, here, let me get out.
1 second, Joe. 1 second, brother.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
No, it's okay.
What I'll do is, as soon as I know something, I'll come and knock on your
That's
door.
cool. Yeah, just let me know. That's
Yeah.
fine. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No
Thank
worries.
you, sir.
That's what. Take care.
All right. Joe.
Looks like a beautiful day out there, man.
Well, yeah, except for I got road construction on my street. So that my son, you just missed my son by a minute.
Oh, shit.
He came to pick up my phone for Scott's because the guy that I work for is an idiot. Pardon my French. And he's not.
Idiot, when I can say that, eh, mon ami?
Yeah. So anyway, he wasn't keeping track of the things he needed to keep track of, and his boss is supposedly coming to walk his territory. So he scrambled to get my son up to go work early this morning. So then he needs my work phone to do some things on my work phone to make sure that the minutia is being handled. And then the road construction that's literally happening right outside my building. I saw the project manager outside and I just said, "Hey, when are you guys done?" And he goes, "Good question. We're supposed to be done today. But since the sand that we're using in construction failed its test, now we're going to be a little bit longer. But I'll come tell you when we're done." And I'm like, "You got to be fucking kidding me."
How long has this been going on?
A little over a month now. Not every day, but they come in and they do 2 days and then they're stopped.
Right. Has it affected traffic in your mind?
No, it hasn't. Well, maybe. I mean, my sales funnel is fucking dried up for the most part, but no, it affects parking is what it affects.
Got
And
it.
it affects my parking because I had to go unload and load bikes yesterday for
Right.
service and delivery. And I got a warning for parking in a metered zone where my meter ran out. And I'm like, I saw the parking cop yesterday. And I go, "Dude, you're killing me. I can't park in my loading zone." And I go run in and I get a phone call and I put 8 minutes in the meter because that's all I'm putting in the fucking meter.
Of course.
And you give me this warning. I'm like, "Well, thanks for the warning, but like, dude, think about this, man. Like, I don't have my loading zone out here because it's under construction." And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, man." And I'm like, "Oh."
So, and is your vehicle like obviously all Pedego wrapped out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's just stupid, people. It's whatever. So, and then Bob's back here, and Bob's gonna find out that I had a new tech in yesterday, trying out a new tech. Not because I'm trying to get rid of Bob. He's gonna hang. I just have extra demand for service right now.
Yeah, absolutely,
And
man.
so all the folks that are coming back in for their 100-mile service, I literally am gonna have 6 bikes this week. So anyway, yeah, it worked out, but.
One of the things that I highly encourage you to do is, and it's lead cycles related, is make sure that even if it's not on your lead cycles buyer form, like, I'll share my screen here real quick with you. When you've got somebody who comes in and let me just fire this. I've got a lot of screens open, brother. When you've got somebody who comes in and that's just a buyer form for 4 columns, but you've got the exact same one.
Yeah, I do.
Service customer, if that's all you have, like that's great because there's still a full service sequence. And what's cool is you can create with your contest entry. You can create on Facebook, "Hey, do you live in Santa Rosa and have a bike? When did you last get service? Do you know how important tune-up is to your ride quality?" So the question then becomes, if you want, and honestly, like Colin, if you want to be able to get
Go ahead. I need to check in with Bob, but I'm listening to you.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Bob.
So all of the parts for Maggie and Sojo are there.
Right.
So if you could get started on those guys, that would be spectacular.
Okay.
Those both got taken care of yesterday, so I just need to put a quick test ride on them. This one, we're waiting for a pedal assist sensor. And then this one out here just got built yesterday, but the front fender bolt is stripped. So I need to go one size up, or we need to
All right.
use something different to tap it. But if you could rock out Maggie and Sojo's, that'd be awesome. Thanks, Bob. Okay. All right. Sorry, Joe.
No sweat. So, one of the things, again, I mean, from a marketing perspective, and I'll use John and Carlsbad. He does not hide this at all. He's doing over 10 grand a month in service alone.
Yeah.
So when you think 120 grand a year in annual revenue in the service, space, I don't think that's an impossibility for the reality of where you are in where you live, and the demographic of who we've spoken to in terms of who your customer is.
Sure.
So they obviously have had bikes before, and so for you to go to market on your business media, which is, again, we've talked about this before, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and you can create a video once, and you could reuse it like every other week.
Yeah.
Organically.
I see how you chop up everything.
For sure. For sure, man.
Yep.
So I took that testimonial that you did for the gang at Pedego, I chopped it up, and I like the scary part is I did the editing myself, which I shouldn't have to. Honestly, Colin, I'm my worst enemy at times. I should just hand that over to somebody else, Fiverr, Upwork. Like, you and I are very much alike that way. I for whatever reason, I just want to do shit, and what I should be doing is virtual assistant, $200 a month. It's just $200. Like, that $200 is so cheap because I can make more money in the hour that it takes me to, like, $200. They can get.
Well, you could have 2 more dojos. I want to show you something because I think it's hilarious. So Chase Gibson, the guy that you mentioned to me from Lords of LinkedIn.
Yeah, he's a beast, man.
I said, hey, Chase, I'm willing to schedule a call. Let's connect soon. And basically, I've been messaging. His response is, hey, name in capitals, NAME. His virtual assistant sent me back a message. Super stoked to hear you're interested in learning more. Would it be cool if I ask you 2 quick questions? I sent him back a question mark, and he goes, Hawk, hi, Colin. Haha, that was my virtual assistant. Apologies for the mix-up. She clearly didn't realize you weren't interested. But this dude doesn't get it. He's not even reading my fucking messages. His virtual assistant is. I've told him 3 times, let's schedule a call. I'm done with him.
Yeah.
Not a beast. Not in my mind. Sorry.
Wow.
So anyway, I get it. But what?
Yeah, that's so what that tells, and this is interesting. And I've got a recording from Craig on from another guy who I can't remember where he's from, and I want to say he's from Australia, but it doesn't matter where he's from. He talked about the onboarding of a virtual assistant. Clearly and shockingly, Chase doesn't have his proverbial caca together, and that's too bad because I don't even do work with Chase at this point. I find his program, like for where I am in my business, it's too expensive. I think there's an upfront cost of like 20 grand, and then like it's like I would rather organically grow, and I know that Craig is working with Chase, but I know for a fact Craig's not even paying that. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
No, but that example, that's the fear that I have.
I'm with you, and that was what I was saying. Is I don't want to lose control for that to happen.
Yeah. So here's how I would approach it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with Tom Bilyeu, who is the guy who started Quest Nutrition. You ever heard of the story of Quest Nutrition?
There's some ring a bell, but
okay. So Quest Nutrition, quite honestly, they're probably some of the best protein bars that you can find out in the market. They're extremely low calorie, nutrient dense, extremely low sugar. And his whole deal, his personal mission, because he was doing another business and he was making a lot of money, but he was not passionate about it, right? His mission was he wanted to find a way to be able to help his sister and his mother to lose weight. So he said, I'm going to make a nutrition bar that is tasty and is healthy. Well, long and short of it, they developed a recipe, and they went to every bar manufacturer out there, and they said, this is an incredible recipe, but we can't build it for you. And he said, why not? He goes, because in our facility, every bar that we have has some kind of high fructose corn syrup or whatever else. And so in the mixing facility, it'll get mixed into your thing, so your ingredients won't match. So this guy decides, fuck it, I'm going to make my own facility. Like, he didn't quit. He sold his company. He personally walked out with $400 million. He tells the story of him and his wife being in the gym, hitting refresh on their bank account where they had like $20, $20, 20, 4 million, $20. It was like ping. And so, and the whole thing is, Tom today has this show that you can see on YouTube called Impact Theory. It's great. Great interviews, great people, highly impactful. But the whole point of this is that he's got more than one virtual assistant that answers his stuff, but he gives them license to say, hi, I'm Jane, Tom's virtual assistant, and I'm answering on his behalf. So, like, the insert first name cut and paste aspect has to, and this is the whole thing about what I learned in that video that I was telling you about Craig earlier here, is you need to teach, like, it's that little bit of onboarding at the beginning, but it pays off. And I know that I'm going to have to do the same thing. Like, you got to, and the other thing, which I'm surprised with what you've encountered with Chase, what I've learned, and yet I still have to apply, is, okay, if I'm going to put out a want ad in terms of what I want an employee, it would be something like for an assistant, I'd say wanted virtual assistant who can put up with a high energy, ADHD, impatient guy who has got a quirky sense of humor and doesn't want to be working 7 days a week. And I would give specifics what I want. Yeah. And then at the end of that, I would say, reply to this one ad and let me know what your 3 favorite movies were. So if I just get a resume without the 3 favorite movies, well, fuck you, you're out because you're not reading it, so you're gone, right? I'm just going to be able to filter who's in.
Yeah, no, I get that, and I appreciate it, certainly.
Yeah, but what I'm learning off of this call is the fact that, like, somebody who is highly respected by, like, there's part of me that honestly wants to take the recording off of this call and send it to Chase and go, dude, you just shat the bed. And it's out of his control.
It's entirely out of his control. And that's the hard thing about trying to scale any business, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but he wasn't even reading his messages from before. I'm like, dude, you're obviously very popular on LinkedIn. I'd love to just have 15 minutes, you know? I'm never going to pay you what you want, but 15 minutes is great. But he couldn't even respond correctly to that. So whether it was bizarre or not, scary, man.
Well, the other thing that comes back to for you as a business that's scaling is, how important is it? Like, where is it on your list? Like, what needs to happen now, and what's going to move the needle as far as revenue? Is it leads on LinkedIn, or is it somewhere else? So coming back to this, you know, that one piece of video content, like I did with you and with Bob and with Michael, you know, that piece was, I'm going to be able to use that for months.
Yeah, no, and you should.
Yeah, it's great, man. And you should do the same.
Yeah,
and just as an example, like the guy that you talked about for on the weekend, who actually paid $500 more than he would have back in December. Like, that's a story that I would literally put out there and go, listen, I don't ever make sales, like, or I don't ever put things on discount. However, if I ever would, or if I make an opportunity, you know, purchase for you, you should go for it. And here's an example, and tell the story. And in fact, get the guy on testimonial.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah, I will. That sale was so funny, dude.
I love it, man.
And then I literally got my trike back. I swore that trike was sold. The gal with MS says, I'm not healthy enough to buy it right now. And I said, okay, fine. You know, maybe by the first of the year, maybe that'll change. So I literally, that day that she tells me no, I get another phone call. Those folks are coming in today. And yesterday I got another phone call. The guy goes, I'll be down in 10 minutes. I want to see that thing. And I'm like, okay. He goes, I'll take it today. I said, I understand. I appreciate that. I have to let this other couple come down and at least see it.
Yeah.
If they don't select to buy it, it's yours. But they called.
Bidding war.
Gotta give them the opportunity.
Bidding war.
No. And that's what I'm going to say to this couple is they're going to, him and Han, I'm going to go, look, this guy offered me 32 for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to take any more of your money, but if you give me 32 plus tax, it's yours right now. Today, I'll deliver it. And there's my delivery fee.
Yeah.
So I don't even have to do that. But anyway, okay. What else do you have for me before I get into some of my questions and stuff that I want to
today everything, the delivery of all the content is done. I'm looking over everything. We've gone into permission to post. We've done testimonials, congratulating, photos, using the buyer form after they've left. We talked about using follow-up. We're together on that. Do you remember
this? Yes, absolutely. Yes. So I had something happen yesterday with this couple of bikes that I picked up. So these guys bought back in February. And he emailed me about a month ago, said, hey, I'm at my 150 miles. Jan hasn't ridden her bike that much. I said, let's just do both of them together because I know I'm going to have to go pick them up. They don't have a rack yet, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I go get his bikes yesterday, and he goes, by the way, Jan says she loves your emails. And I go, really? That's very cool. Well, I didn't put them into the buyer form yet, so I did this morning.
Oh my God. So she's been getting test ride emails.
She's been getting test ride emails.
That's fine.
Loves
some of the content's the same, by the way.
And that's fine. And so she already literally she'd give me a review before they even bought.
Nice.
Okay. So lead cycles. And now she's going to get a request for another review, which whatever, we'll see how that goes, but
we're going to make you, just so you know, you're going to be the next, we currently have been testing out the affiliate program for lead cycles. We've got 2 guys currently that are, and again, like we're ironing a lot of this out.
Yeah.
With the intent that we've already discussed it, because what ended up happening is there was Pedego Cape May, Debbie Divine Benjamin.
Yep. And I mentioned it the other day on that group.
And then Amanda Parsons did, and then I saw it, and then I said, yeah, and then I've been in contact with them. We're actually on a phone call. I actually spoke to, I guess, her boss and or partner, Rich. He's the head honcho of the business.
Got it.
So we're talking tomorrow at 4:00 Central, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Actually, wait. It's today. We're talking today at 4:00 Central.
Cool.
Sorry. Yeah. So
let me know when they sign up, and then I mean, get me on your affiliate program because I already got you Steve in I don't know, Florida, Tampa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once I get east of the Mississippi, dude, I'm just all fucked up. And then
so you had questions for me. So today was really about going over everything, and I kind of confirming that for you and your team, everything that we've talked about. That's why I threw all this information back up, because Army of One can be delivered in approximately 6 hours, but depending on how much traffic that you've had and interruptions and whatnot, I give 4 to 6 of these 2-hour calls. So you got somebody coming in?
No, I was just looking. I saw a couple on a tandem outside, and Bob's out talking to him because Bob.
All right.
Bob taking my problem child for a ride this morning, and
Is it the tandem?
no. They had their own pedal tandem outside, and Bob was just chatting them up. I could just see it from here and hear his voice.
So what's some of the questions that you had for me? You said you had some questions, man.
Yeah, well, the first one really is about the best way to find employees, and then the next step of that is, I'm already in conversations with Pedego to be able to scale.
Yes.
And the easiest way that I'm going to be able to do that is to be able to find investors who want to work in the business. So I want to get a little bit of information about how you've done that.
Yeah.
Or know of others who've done that.
Okay.
But
Talk about it.
yeah, so the first step to that is hiring, because I'm struggling to, given COVID, find somebody that's, one, worthwhile, and two, somebody that's going to have the same passion and enthusiasm in selling. And literally all the leads that come in are qualified, whether they're rental or sale customers, they're qualified.
So the first word that comes to mind is probation. You gotta have a probationary period where, and I think that I think the number is 60.
60 days.
30, yeah, I think 60 days gives you enough time to be able to know, is this somebody who's going to jive or not? So it's probation. Number two is you already, based on what we've just done, coming into this, you now have this, which are, these are the chapters to Army of One, and then you have, you've got the Pedego dealer Army of One sales template, and then you've got the Army of One sales template, as well as, like, you could literally give this to any of your people that are coming in.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, listen, I need you to look at these 3 pages, and I need you to implement this. This is part of our policies and procedures manual. So you have this, like, this is going to help you scale.
Okay. So you've already sent that to me. I just haven't.
I have.
It yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you want, I can resend it after we talk.
Yeah. Please do.
No sweat.
And then I got to get my printer. Then I got to get my printer to work back here.
Yeah, and you just save it as a PDF for now. I mean, it's a PDF, right? So.
Yep, totally. Yep. Totally.
So the first thing is, start your policies and procedures manual. And if you really want to be able to scale it, and this is the thing with, like, at Depot, our policies and procedures manual, which I did not write when I was there, but I helped write other policies and procedures manuals for other retailers. You've literally got to keep it simple. The problem with Fitness Depot is they kept adding extra policies and procedures, and some people were dumb enough, which boggles my mind, to print it off every time. They were going through printer ink and pages just for one amendment or an edit. And it's like, listen, you don't have to do that. What you want to do is you want to be able to reduce it down so it's like, listen, this is a 5-page document. Page 1 is how to open.
Yep.
Page 2 is sales, because I mean, I believe that for you to do what you want to do, you don't want to get into the intricacies of marketing. You don't want to get, like, that's you're the guy. So the people that are owner operators in a perfect world are going to be guys that are in their 20s or 30s because they're young and hungry.
Okay.
And this is and I say guys or gals. To run an effective Pedego location is 3 people, 2 full-time, 1 part-time. Those are your minimums.
Okay.
Right? Wouldn't you agree? To be effective?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So you got to think 2 full-time, 1 part-time. So your first goal is get that person who's going to be the next full-time person. And they got to become essentially your clone. But they don't have to know all of everything that you know in terms of marketing dollar, rent, and so on. Like as long as you can go, here's the manual, and you can see that they can sell, because sales are the lifeblood. If you're making sales, then they can screw up in other areas as long as they're not making mistakes in selling.
Correct.
And then over time, you take your marketing dollar for every year and you decrease it because you're going to increase it with your referral-based marketing through lead cycles. So whatever your advertising is, because the other problem that you have right now is you've got a problem with inventory availability, right?
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, I got a shop full of bikes right now. I got 2 more to be built here in boxes. Right now, today, no, I don't. My problem, number one problem, right now today is a sales funnel of qualified people to come in and take all these bikes.
So
and in one aspect, I have some in lead cycles, so I've got to get dialing for dollars on that.
So again, what's going to help move the needle in your business right now? Go into the referral mode, and you can take everybody on that list and just manually put everybody in blind copy at 10 at a time, and copy paste an email and say, hey everybody, or hey blank, like just hey comma. Calling that, you're not even putting in their name.
Yep. So I don't misspell name.
Right. And you just go, hey, listen, it's calling over. In fact, I showed you Vidyard.
Yes.
Like, use Vidyard, man. It's hey, it's me. It's calling. Like I did for Rich. The first 5 seconds of the video are this. Hey, and he sees it moving. So of course he's going to open it. And you'll see the open rates, and this is a free app. So you go to Vidyard, you do a quick video and go, hey, it's calling over at Pedego, Santa Rosa. Listen, I got a huge favor to ask you guys. Right now during COVID, people are going super nuts that they can't get out and ride bikes. Well, look at this. And you go, and you show, I've got some bikes to sell, and I want you to tell your friends that you want to go out for a ride with them. Do me a huge favor, because they like you. They love you, man. Just ask. Forward this message over to your friends. And for you, those of you that are now watching, I'm giving you a free rental. Come and see me. I'll see you soon. Like, it's fucking free. And you'll be able to see the opens. So you'll know they're coming.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay.
Leverage your time through video, man.
Yeah, no, it's good. I've always known for the last 10 years I need to get better at being on video. And, there's a local real estate agent here that's been helping to do, we found each other a while ago.
Yeah, I saw the video. He interviewed you.
Yep. Yeah, he came in and did a Meet My Community interview. Super cool.
And he's good.
He's real good. He's real good. So
I guarantee you when he started, Colin, he sucked.
Oh, no, I know. And he wants to come down and do tours. He wants to come down and do all sorts of shit for me. So he's super cool. And it hit me when we did that interview, and then it hit me when he came back again to do a little giveaway that, we just did 10 seconds. Colin, what are they going to get? And he did that 30 times over during all of his giveaways. Yeah. And it's just so easy. The more, just like what we're talking about in the sales training, in this, it just repetition is key, and it has to be done over and over and over again.
Absolutely. You got to remember, it's going to suck. The first time you do it, you're going to suck at it. But it's no different than having a baby learning how to walk. They suck at it. Yeah. And I'm actually writing an email right now for my next email blast, and I mentioned that. It's like, you know what? But the difference is that I'm certainly not going to discourage a baby from learning how to walk. You can't discourage yourself. Like, imagine if you had a parent going, oh, you suck, stay on the ground. I mean, right?
I'm trying to get my daughter to use the toilet right now. I'm like, no, you got to use. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And she did it once. She was so excited. Now she's afraid of it. So, what do you do? Anyway.
But so the first time you do a video, it's okay, man. And you know what? Imperfect action is better than no action. So just get it done.
That's totally true. Here, my sitter sent us a picture yesterday. That's a chocolate milkshake.
And the hair.
That's
great, man.
Wily one. She was still sleeping when I left this morning at 5 minutes to 10.
What time does she get to bed?
Last night, 10 o'clock. The last two nights, she slept through the night. So
Wow.
by the end of next week, Mom and I should be caught up.
She's 2?
She's 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are fun times, man.
Yeah, they
Those are
are.
fun times.
It's just crazy times. Okay, so all right. So I get the 2 full-time, 1 part-time. But
take a step back, man. Take a step back.
Yeah.
Let's just do the exercise. In your existing database, in your existing customers
of customers, yep.
Yeah, let's just assume we're going to come at it from 2 different angles. Angle number 1 is, if you were to hire somebody who's a customer, is there anybody who's a customer that you could see, hey, they could be either an employee or an investor in, or maybe a owner manager? Is there anybody that fits the profile?
Yeah, there's a couple. I had one of my first customers was in here before COVID working for me part-time.
Okay.
And he called me and said, dude, love you, mean it. I'm having more fun traveling right now than I don't want to come in and, do that.
Okay.
Cool. No problem.
Yeah.
There's at least 1 or 2 others that would fit that bill of one of those 3 categories.
Okay.
And
under the same auspices of, under the same concept of that, what we talked about earlier of going into your buyer list and asking them for referrals, another video would be, who do you know who that would love to work with me as a team member of Pedego Santa Rosa? And let them know I'm looking to grow and expand the business. Like, just tell your buyer group, because they'll know people who may very well be curious enough to go, hey man, I'm interested. And then what you do is, instead of inviting a whole shit ton of people in for an interview, you could create instead of putting it up an application form, you could at least set up a Calendly for a phone call and go, listen, let's do a 15-minute phone call and see if we.
Yeah.
I just think that your best bet is to hire from within first. Then, if it's not from within, I would actually do LinkedIn.
Yeah, and I've done that once. I've done that. Actually, I've done it twice. I got 1 lead the last time, and the gal was like, I'm looking for weekend work. And then she texted me the morning she was supposed to come in to talk and said, I can't make it. I had somebody call out sick, and then she never messaged back. I said, hey, hit me up when you're free.
That's good. Get her out of there.
Yeah, whatever. So ask customer database for referrals. Ask database for what was the verbiage you used? Employee/business partner.
Yeah, I would. I mean, and again, in your mind, if I'm looking at your urgent, important, non-urgent, non-important, like, how quickly do you want to see your expansion of a new location and or a new employee?
Well, I'd like to get a new employee first, because in order for me to take the time to work on the expansion, which I'm hoping for as early as next spring or summer for the next store, I have to have at least an employee in here, to be able to run appointments and sell bikes the same way that I've been doing it now.
So urgent, I would put referral video to be able to make sales.
Yeah.
Right. That's going to create sales. And then under important, I would put a later video for referrals for, do you want to call them employee partners, managers? Like what?
Probably employee partner. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's good.
And so I'm putting this on your list. So the important thing here then is, what is it that you need to ask, or what's the sales copy in that video and or email that entices people enough to go, I'm interested in this, or I see this as an opportunity. And the first thing that comes to mind is, there's nothing better than the present. It's like, who do you know that would love to make more money during coronavirus? Like that. Oh, what do you mean? Because it's now, and it's that's all we see in the news is coronavirus this, coronavirus that.
Yeah.
And then so it's like, that's your title. Who do you know? Who do you know that would love to make more money, way more money during coronavirus? And then it's like, what the hell? And it's like, hey, everybody, it's me calling at Pedego Santa Rosa. You know how busy I am because right now, due to the pandemic, people can't go to their gym to exercise, and we have a growing baby boomer population. And that's why I started this Pedego business, because it's fantastic. I'm looking for someone who is going to become an employee and a partner in my new location. I'd love for you to recommend someone that would come in to see me so that I can have a conversation with them and see if they're a great fit, because that's my goal. I want to help this community and other communities in our state to get even more fit while having fun.
Got it.
And it's this part's been recorded, right? So you can come back and refer to, we're roughly an hour and a half in.
The verbiage. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But does that make sense? I mean,
Yeah, totally.
And you can be specific in terms of what you're looking for. It's like wanted. You could say, and be specific. You can say, I'm looking for someone with or without sales experience. I'm looking for a certain age range. I'm looking, you could say no bicycle experience required.
Yeah, I'd almost rather not have bicycle.
Exactly. Right? Because you get some guys that are like they're such
Bob in the background goes, frickin' cyclists.
Damn cyclists, Bob.
Hopefully we finish up this bike today. This lady, I got a funny story for you, Joe. It's so just fun. So this lady, Sojourner, calls me a month and a half ago from Fort Bragg, which is a little over 2-hour one-way drive.
Yeah, is it Fort Bragg like a big military installation for you guys?
No, that's in South Carolina, Fort Bragg, okay. South Carolina. Fort Bragg, California is a small beach ocean community of fishermen and drug addicts. She works on a nonprofit farm, and 2 years ago, she bought a stretch online from Pedego.
Okay.
The bike didn't work when she got it, and there was nobody around to service it for her. So it sat there, and she fiddled with it, and she had somebody fiddle with it to try to fix it, and they never could get it to work. Pedego sent her an interceptor and said, you need to send us the stretch back. And she didn't. In a sense, she stole from Pedego. 2 years ago, Pedego wrote this bike off their books.
Yeah.
They knew they weren't going to get it back. Well, then she pops up and calls me and says, I need to get my interceptor serviced. And I've been in touch with Pedego, and there's a lot of variables to this, but blah, blah, blah. And I want to see if there's any warranty, but blah, blah, blah. So I get a hold of Christian, and Christian goes, this lady is a thief. She is crazy. She will try to push you for every mile that you give her a foot. Yeah. And we're pretty much done with her. So I went round and round with this lady, and Bob's going to have his 2 cents here in a minute, but she is a bitch. But literally, we got her bike fixed. Christian went as far to, because her battery wouldn't hold a charge. So Christian sent me a battery at wholesale. And he also is offsetting some of the labor for her bike through a credit.
Wow. And she's
I tell her all of this. This is not done yet. I tell her all of this, and she wants to know what kind of warranty she's going to have.
What are you talking
And I said, Sojo, here's the deal. You haven't even told me that you're going to bring me the stretch, which is the only way that I'm going to be able to make money off of it after I invest some money into it to get it working. And 1, and 2, you're buying all this at wholesale. Like you don't get this deal, and you've taken from Pedego. Like, you realize all these parts, right? And I'm not being so specific with her, but I'm being a little bit more general.
Yeah.
And she says the word to me last week. She says, this all seems so sketchy. So she sent Christian another email on Friday, and Christian responded to me saying, we are radio silent with this person. Done. No more. giving her everything I can. If she can't accept the fact of what she's getting, then enough. So I'm going to call her when you and I get off the phone today. I've asked her for a 50% deposit, and she can pay me the balance when she gets here.
Of course.
Now I'm going to ask her for the full amount over the phone.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell her straight out, if she doesn't bring me the stretch, she will not get her bike, paid for or not. I've put in all this work and all this effort.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be awkward. So anyway.
Well, I mean, how awkward is it, right? I mean, you know, the worst case scenario is that she tries to play the review card and give you a terrible review.
Don't care. Can already handle that.
Yeah, I know you can. And you get to you know, put up a response where it's like, yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, if it goes there, it's unfortunate that somebody who's a thief is taking this tact.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's trying to play this "I'm so sweet" card, and I'm like, no, you're really not.
How did you know? How did you find out about the initial stretch and then the free platinum? Like, without a serial number?
No, she told me. She was sort of honest about what happened. She said, "This is what happened with Pedego, and I understand that I've been in a bad. I've been put in a bad spot." And I'm like, well, put and taking action on are two different things. So
yeah, if you've painted yourself in a corner and you haven't been forthright,
you haven't done anything in 2 years to this bike, and then you bring me this bike that's rusted because it's been stored outside and complain that nothing works. Well, it works now, and you're going to get a battery at wholesale, but you're paying for it.
Of course.
And so she was a little bit honest, but then when I got a hold of Christian, he's like, dude, I was literally 2 months into Pedego. I had just started, and she took total advantage of me. Total. And I went, wow. All right, Christian, I'll handle it from here. I got it. I've handled people like this before. But even Bob told me, Colin, you're being too much of a dick. You got to take a deep breath and kind of relax. And I said, okay, Bob, appreciate it. But we'll see how this plays out. I'll have a story for you here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I want to definitely find out. And you gotta keep an eye on your social more than ever on this one.
Yeah, no, and I do. I mean, literally twice a day. But yeah, no, totally. So, and she's already like gone to well, I'll give Pedego a good review if you can get this working. And I just brush that off every time. I'm like, well, I appreciate you offering, but you know, it's not really what I'm doing this for. So. I'm kind of belittling that, but if she looks online, she's going to see 45-star reviews.
No, of course. I mean, so let me ask you this, going back to your scaling question. One of the things that we did at Fitness Depot is the owner operators in every region would make a point roughly about once a month. We would go out, usually, I mean, I was working a lot of hours back then. However, we would go out on our days off and spend maybe an hour or two in, again, shopping malls. Today, you know, more than two decades later, things have changed, but you can still go to a shopping area where people in certain establishments that sell to the similar customer that you sell, like where do these people that you have as customers, where do they hang out when they're not in your store? And who do they hang out with? Well, and you know better than me, you know, are they at wineries? Are they at clothing stores? Are they at the golf club? Are they, you know, I don't know. But what's interesting is I would go into clothing stores and I would find people with bubbly personalities, especially because there's not enough women in our industry when it was fitness. And I would target females to come and work for us. It was awesome. Because when you get the right woman working in your store, your closing ratio based on rapport goes through the roof. Because
I've already got a good example from this gal I went wine tasting with, and I need to ask her directly. I don't want to get her too off base because I'm trying to also partner with the people that she works for up at this winery to do a really cool tour.
Got it.
So I don't want to distract her from one to go to the other, but
Yeah.
You know, we literally just up there, we bought a case of wine. She extended her discount, and then we left $100 tip for the guy that was waiting on us that day. So,
Nice.
you know, give and share alike, right?
Oh yeah, that's a law of reciprocation for
Yeah.
sure.
So yes, I'm there. I probably need to get out a little bit more and go see some more places to find the good people that are working
And
in
just
there.
book it.
Yep.
Like literally put it in your calendar once a month. Like it's your perfect month formula. Once a month, what am I doing to be able to expand my business? Because part of your job as the leader of your future empire of multiple stores
Yes.
is HR. You always need to be on the hunt for talent. You don't want to just have a breathing body there. You want to have talented people working for you. And
Shauna just found that out the hard way because her ranch hand, who's been there 9 years through the fire, just came in 2 days ago and said, I'm leaving. I'm getting a construction job out of town, and I'm leaving Friday.
That's tough.
She's fucked. Yeah.
Really?
Like really fucked. Like this guy does a lot of projects around the ranch, lives on site, cleans the stalls every morning, 5 days a week, and just he puts in 8.5 hours a day. And Shauna doesn't pay him a lot because he's a dreamer and doesn't have a green card. Man, you know, he lives there. So anyway, yeah, that I just found that out last night, and she's heartbroken. So
is there anything she can do to keep him?
No, she asked that. She said, can I even compete? And he said, nope.
So I'm curious. Is she going to do an exit interview to find out what is it that, like, he's been there for 9 years. I mean, that's a long time.
It is a long time. That's a good question, Joe. And do you know when you get too involved in something that it becomes detrimental to the personal relationship?
For sure. Emotions go up, intelligence goes down. You end up making stupid decisions in your business.
Yeah, and I'm not going to go into the specifics of it right now.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is that I have peeled away from asking a lot of those more driving questions right now because it's causing
it's your
trouble.
wife, man.
Yeah, it's
totally get it.
So yeah, no, I appreciate that. I look forward to your brainstorm because that's why I mentioned it too. She's literally spending today brainstorming what else she can do, who she can recruit, like today, tomorrow, and the next day because the guy's gone Friday.
Wow.
So, yeah, I don't know.
How big is the ranch? Give me some, like, I don't want to take up too much of this time, but how big
it's 160 acres. It's 160 acres. We only have 10 horse stalls now. We used to have 40. The front 40 acres is really what we work off of: summer camp, homes, etc.
Yeah.
The back 120 is really just open space, horse trails and dead trees from the fire.
Right.
But yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. I mean, she spends a lot of time and money. She's also lost a third of her revenue because of the fire. No more horse boarding, not more activities, no more weddings, no more private events. And now summer camp is even a third of what it was. So there just isn't funds there to do it. But that was a cap in her hat that she had forever that she didn't nurture, in my mind, the way that she could have. I'm not going to say should. I'm going to say could have.
Yeah.
And in doing so, she found out the hard way that it's gonna hurt her now. And
so did he leave because of money, or did he leave because of the relationship?
Money.
Okay.
Yeah, money and the opportunity. He's a young guy. He's 24, 25 years old. Doesn't speak a lot of English. He's going to go work in a construction site until the rain comes. Yeah. And he's going to pay rent on his fifth wheel that's there right now to keep himself a place to live.
Right.
So that when the rain comes, then he'll come back to work for us. And
is that his plan? He'll come back?
That's what he said so far. That may change. I mean, on a construction site that they get all the framing up now so that you can work indoors when the rain comes, right?
Sure. So then the next step becomes, and it's, the analogy comes back to your business, human resources all the time.
All the time.
You've got to be planning that, because if you were a $1.5 million retail business right now, and you only had one tech and that one tech left, you're fucked.
Fucked. Yep. I'm
So
fucked.
you gotta have.
I'm fucked if Bob leaves today. He already knows that. So.
Yeah. So what you do have to have access to somebody in the back pocket in case, the just in case, right? So you've got to have, going back to John and Carlsbad, he's got two guys that work in service. One guy who's full on service and another guy who's a jack of all trades who does service but can sell. So that's kind of your next hire, is someone who can do both.
Yeah.
That next hire becomes your next owner operator for the next location, and then HR takes over for your next hire part-time, whether it's male or female, it doesn't matter.
Yep, totally. I'm with you. And we used to call that my list of 5. I've got 5 people who I can go to today if I lose somebody tomorrow.
Yeah, right? It's not what do I have to do to be able to fix this. It's who do I have to get to be able to fix this. That's the question that Shauna needs to answer for the ranch. And right now, the challenge that you have, it's not a problem, it's a challenge. It's not a what question, it's a who. Who do I need to hire, or who can do this? And the answer is like sales. You got to ask. And where to ask? Right here. Do a blunt post. Do a blunt post and put it out everywhere.
Yep, looking for a ranch hand. And unfortunately,
looking for a part-time employee owner.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
because I know her, she won't do that.
So it's unfortunate for the ranch, but for Pedego Santa Rosa,
yes, got it.
Yeah, you could do a blunt post saying, I'm looking for whatever it is. And remember that you're only going to get organic reach of 2%. So you got to post the same stuff. I know you follow my stuff, so it's great. So you see me do it. I've got stuff on repeat. I'm okay with that. But for other people, it's new. And if I decide to boost a couple of posts, my outreach goes from 2%, which is like nothing, to, hey, I'll throw $5 at this one or $10 at this one, and suddenly I get it to about 1,000 people.
Yep. Then it's a little bit worth it. And you're totally right. I get it. I'll get started on that this week.
The other thing that you might want to look at if you're looking from the PBMA, Professional Bicycle Mechanics Association. Are you familiar with them?
No.
All right. So let's go to their site right now, you and me, and let me show you. pbma.org. O-R-G. And if you take a look at it here, oh God, that's not it. I thought it was .org, and maybe it's .net. pbma.net. Well, I'll be damned, it's not that either. There is a Professional Bicycle Mechanics Association. ProBMA.org. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Here it is. So you can get in touch with them here, and right here, man, quick links.
Find a mechanic.
ProBMA, so ProBMA.org.
Got it.
Dude, this will help you. And look at this, July 23rd. I mean, it's reasonably up to date.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anybody who says, oh, I can't find a mechanic, you can find one. Now, again, the goal of the Professional Bicycle Mechanics Association is to try to standardize rates for mechanics so that they can get paid really well, which I'm all for it, because remember, we came up with that, I can't remember where we put it, the $97, $99, $79, and hey man, if the mechanic's making money after you've paid rent and you've paid parts and everything else.
Yep.
Good for the mechanic and good for you. So
totally get it, and I agree 100%.
The other option that you might want to consider, because it's you're far north enough, let me share the screen with you again, is you can also go to United Bicycle Institute. So UBI, it's bikeschool.com. And they have a place in Ashland as well as Portland. How far, like Ashland to you is not that far.
Oh, it's 6 hours.
Right. So I actually went to UBI. I took a week's worth of classes in Portland, and it was exceptional. But what's great is you get you can get in touch with them and say, hey, listen, I'm looking for like young mechanics in my area. And like some of these guys, they get into frame building and building bikes from the ground up, which is, that's, I mean, I just did the basic mechanics, but they'll have a ton of resources for you available.
Cool. Okay.
And just get in touch with them and just go, okay, listen, I'm looking for somebody who wants to become a mechanic in my store, owner operator. I believe they even have an electric mechanics course now. Back when I went, everybody looked at me funny. This was 11 years ago. They were like, what? E-bikes? Really? And they didn't have e-bikes.
That's how Bob looked at me when he came into my store the first time.
It's okay.
I missed it.
Yeah, I heard that.
He said I missed that. What? The way you looked at me about e-bikes when you first came to my store.
E-bike.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh God.
You mean cheater bikes?
Cheater bikes. Yeah.
Sure, man.
The bike snob, the cyclocross dude. Yeah, dude.
You know what though? I mean, I went out for a ride yesterday and went and visited my dad, and I got on one of my other an old demo bike from my van that I ended up keeping. And the bike's too big for me. I mean, it's designed for somebody who's over 6 feet tall. I'm 5'9", so
Okay.
it's a serious nut crusher because it's a classic. And I clip in, and so there's portions of the time where I'm not using any power at all, where it's through trail. And this is a 700C, so I got to be careful on it's a crushed limestone trail.
Yeah.
So I got to be careful because if I corner too quick, the bike's gone. And but because I've got a trail tracker and I've also got a ridge rider. But the bike that I was riding yesterday was a city. It's like a city commuter. It's an Evo City from Easy Motion. It's an old bike, but it's not regulated, so I can get it to about 35 miles an hour.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that's like, so I'm keeping up with traffic when I get like when I go on the street and I'm in the bike lane. I feel totally safe because like I'm almost as fast as cars.
You're keeping up with the cars. Totally, I get it. Yep.
So is that something that Pedego has been talking about? Are they going to have a class 3?
Yeah, the kits are on the water apparently. So, that's cool. They're looking at other things. They're testing other things. I think they will have more class 3s probably next year, but
makes total sense to me. There's guys like you and me that I'll pay more to go to 28.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. 9 out of my 10 customers ask about it. And then I'm like, yeah, no.
For sure. There was a time where the Pedego bikes would go faster, but now because the brand is under such scrutiny because they're the biggest one around.
Correct.
They need to play by the rule.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to tell customers. It's like, listen, we offer a 5-year warranty. We're under such scrutiny because other companies don't want us to continue to have the success that we have. We're making sure that our product quality is exceptional. And how important is a 5-year warranty to you? It's hugely important, right?
Right. And so, I've told a couple of customers that we can change it up in the settings, but it technically does void the warranty. So
okay. Right.
You gotta be aware of that. Right. Because you're not going to bring me a battery that you've been rocking on 28-inch bike on 24-inch wheels in the settings for 6 years and tell me the battery's fried and ask me why.
Right. Yeah.
Because then I got to get into the specifics. And I got to tell you, well, you've been doing this for 2 years. You don't know why the battery's fried.
So hang on a second.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. And that's all there is to know about social media.
Got
Right?
it. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
But, yeah, but it's a powerful. The other thing I will tell you, and you know, I'll yeah, I say it on the recording, is there's a thing that you can go and look at, and it won't work for the hub drive bikes. However, it will work for any Rosa bikes. In fact, if ever you encounter a Bosch bike or a Yamaha bike, there's a thing called Speedbox, and you can look it up. It's a little kit. It's literally like that big. It's like, and you can put it inside the control, near the controller, and it will do what you want it to.
Got it.
But
Okay.
the problem is
I'm not
I'm
too concerned about it for now. We'll wait for the kids.
Yeah, the problem what you end up doing is you end up voiding the warranty immediately.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So
you just have to qualify that and make sure that it's in writing and some.
Yeah.
Right.
The habits that you need to have right now that are so critically important are coming back to, and you're already doing it. It's acknowledge everybody that comes in, and again, you're in that great space, Colin, where you're by appointment. So you've got the appointment booked. Once you get them in, you get them into lead cycles for the automatic response. I mean, you're telling me that people love it. Your customers who aren't even in the buyer form are still loving the emails. Fantastic. You get them into the buyer form, but then you get them for the ride. And I can't say enough about for you, one of the challenges is that when you do by appointment only, it's it's near impossible unless you get multiple appointments set up in a row. It's near impossible to take advantage of the popcorn method.
Yeah, I know, which you've already described, and I'm with you. Yeah.
So the advantage is, hey, tell you what, you can leverage your time by saying, I've got an appointment at 3, and then another one at 3:15, another one at 3:30, so that you create it by forcing everybody to bottleneck with you live. Like, why would you want to go, hey, I want to do this over the span of 8 hours? I can get everybody in the span of 2, and then all you got to do is get one to pop, as long as they all go off the rides.
The only problem with that is Sense and Sensibility right now during COVID. We get past this, and yes, I can totally see it happening.
Okay.
But then I would also feel like I have to, since I'm doing it by appointment, I set it up that way. I would also have to say, look, if you're okay with it, here's how I'm doing this. You come in, go for a quick test ride, and then I share with everybody the details, and we do that outside, or I just have a lot less bikes in here so that I can actually have a couple people in my showroom.
The alternative as well, again, I'm trying to help you out because you've got bikes, is You've got on your list, you've got food tour. Group ride is something that was on here that was important. Food tour, not so much, but this is higher on your list. Group rides, you can get people to come in for free rides, group rides, and at the end of the ride, you make the offer. What's the irresistible offer that birds of a feather who flock together want? And just say, hey, listen, how many of you see yourselves wanting to ride this within this group on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Who do you know who? All right, if you can see yourself riding it on a regular basis, let me tell you what, if I could, throw in something like an incentive, send a helmet or live all helmet or whatever, your realm of possibility was $200. If I could throw you $200 worth of value off of your invoice, how many of you are willing to take it now? And all you got to do is get one out of a group ride. You'll see, you'll get multiple.
Yeah, because once you're right. Once one jumps, then the rest jump.
They all do. And so the beauty of the group ride is that becomes a marketing, recurring marketing, because that's another one of these. Doing a group ride, who do you know who that would love to come out? I've got X amount of bikes available. Message me immediately to book for this Saturday. Who cares if you only get one person out? That's one extra butt on a bike. More butts on bikes, the better.
Yep.
And this is free. You don't even have to push any of this. If you want to boost it, you can on Facebook.
Yep. Okay, got it. Loud and clear. What else did I have for you?
You got to be somewhere in 20 minutes?
I got a couple of calls in 20 minutes. One of my other Canadian friends who I used to work for, he's still in the hot tub business, sent me a message this morning. Hey, do you got time for a quick call? I don't even know what it's about.
Okay.
And then I have the trike customer coming at 2. I have a service customer coming at 1.
Nice.
And by the way, Tim's bringing 2 bikes at 1 o'clock today, Bob. So he's got a brake issue, and then his wife's coming in for the first service. So, yes, creative marketing that I want to use to. I'm trying to get Chris set up, and we're just struggling with Calendly right now because my computer's not allowing.
He copied me on that. I don't know what the deal is on that. That's weird.
So it's so weird. So anyway, I'm going to try a different browser. I didn't have time to do that yesterday, but
you use Google Chrome?
Yes.
Yeah, I use Google Chrome, and I'm an Apple phone user, and I still sync everything together, and I have no problems.
Yeah, that's the other thing I need to sync them all together because right now I'm using one iCloud account for my phone, and then I have another one for the computer. I need to sync those together so I can get them on board, but I'll do that. It just was really odd that it was popping up this pop-up, and it was like there's no way it's not typing into the thing. So that seemed really strange.
Right.
Hang on just a quick second.
Yeah, you got it.
Thanks for calling Pedego Santa Rosa. This is Colin. Yeah, I have one left, and I'm showing it to somebody today. It will likely be sold today, and I can't get any more trikes until probably the end of the year, just given the COVID demand. Can I get your name and I can give you a buzz back later? Or? Okay. Is this something you're looking for, like you have to have right now, Charlie, or can you wait a little while? Got it. Yeah. So, and I bought 20 of them, or sorry, 10 of them back in March, and they've all gone. So this is the last one that I've got. I've got a guy in yesterday who offered to buy it, and then I got a couple coming in today. So it's just about being able to get more. And unfortunately, our manufacturer is not making anymore because they're trying to keep up with the whole e-bike demand in COVID. So thanks, Charlie. Appreciate the call. I got it. Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. One sec. 738-2738. God, I wish I had about another 10 trikes, man.
Yeah, sounds like it. It's interesting for me to be able to listen in on at least your half of the call because I just threw it in the chat real quick. It's like, okay, first time calling us. Where are you calling from? How'd you hear about us? You ever ridden a trike before? I'm curious. Like, I'd be curious to find out, like, is this guy just dialing around because this isn't about price? Like, he clearly wants a trike. Is it the Pedego trike? And did he, he heard
Pedego was a good brand. He needed somebody to install it and deliver it because he doesn't have a way to transport it like, most do. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't use your first time calling us because I'm still so new that it's always
You're allowed. You're allowed, man. I think you're allowed because it's no different than if you hired somebody today, he's allowed, whoever that he or she would be, they're now an authority because they wear the Pedego Santa Rosa brand.
Yeah.
So, you've been open for 6 months. You've been open for half a year. You don't know who's on the other end of the line. Like, hey, is this your first time calling our store?
Right.
Okay, well, how did you hear? You definitely need to find out, how did you hear about me?
Yes.
Google? You can't, don't assume Google, man. It's so easy.
I know. You're right, and I'll get better about it.
I don't want to be, for me, it's not about being right. It's honestly, listen, man, I just want to help you grow your business to scale, right? just get your staff to do the same thing. Like listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. What matters is that how are you going to do it in such a way where it's repeatable?
Correct.
Because ultimately, it's like the McDonald's hamburger. Like the mustard goes on before the ketchup. I don't know why. It just does. Like I got a buddy of mine when he was a teenager, he was working at McDonald's and he told everybody in the back, hey, start putting the ketchup on before the mustard because you want to taste the mustard. The fucking manager within an hour saw that the system was backwards, lost his shit on everybody. My buddy Reg got fired.
Well, that's his problem for working at McDonald's.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
no, I do.
You want to talk about taking a business to scale? You go to Hamburger University, you figure out how to do it, and then this is the way it's done because of a basic burger. I mean, it's not that great tasting, but it's okay.
No, it's not. And there's a reason I haven't eaten in one in 30 years. But yes, I get it.
Billions and billions sold, man. And they're in the real estate business.
Well, they're really in the real estate business, but they happen to make hamburgers. So yes.
Did you see that movie, Founder?
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. Good movie.
Great.
Good movie for sure. Okay, but before Chris comes on board, I need a couple of cool, creative, blunt post marketing tactics. I get the referrals, and I'm going to put that into piece. What do I do? Take 5 bikes out front, shoot a little video, and offer a free lock to my next 5 customers?
Why not? I mean, I guess the question becomes, what is an irresistible offer that, I mean, you're in a position of better negotiation. Other bike stores, and Colin, there's nothing stopping. It's not just Pedego here. I'm just talking nationwide. Like, did I tell you the guy in Yuma that I was speaking to who's a Pedego store? He's been getting bikes from other people that are going, like, that have been unfortunately on the verge of going out of business back in March. Yep. He's been taking their inventory. Like, you can do geographic targeting in areas where you're shipping the bike. I mean, you've got inventory, you could ship it, man.
Yep. I'm a little sensitive there. I'm a little sensitive there with taking credit cards over the phone just due to all the scams that are happening these days. But yes, I understand. And 2, I would rather have Pedego build it and ship it than ship it here and then ship it there. But I'm understanding.
There's, again, if you want to move inventory that you've got, I mean, and taking credit card over the phone, again, I'm not 100% on all of the intricacies of PayPal, but it would seem to me that that's an extremely secure option.
Yep.
But again, I would look in on that. There's nothing stopping you from looking at an area where maybe there isn't a Pedego dealer and you can start doing marketing in that neck of the woods.
Yes.
I mean, I can tell you that there are a couple of other Pedego stores. They do that. They go, okay, what's the radius that they need, right? It could be a 200-mile radius. Oh, there's nobody in this neck of the woods. Like, I'll give you an example. There's nobody in Toronto, Canada. There's 7 million people that live there.
Yep.
There's no Pedego store.
Crazy.
Like, yeah. So if you opened up the dealer locator and you're following policy, you're simply promoting Pedego in an area where there isn't a Pedego dealer.
Yeah, I'm going to start marketing the hell out of Napa here very soon. So
yeah, because Brad's no longer a dealer.
Nope.
I would start marketing Napa today.
Yep.
Like right now.
I gotta come up with a couple of posts that I'm gonna boost. I'm gonna use some recent reviews and boost.
Absolutely.
So
like, I mean, it's too bad for Brad, but that is what it is.
It's the choice that he made, man. So
yeah, I like Brad. I really do. You know, yeah. I understand he's upgraded his business. He's put money into the new shop. And he's got some good guys. I've trained with him twice live, and it was, he got a lot out of it, and
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
If you want to go over some of your ad copy, like copywriting is something that every one of us,
Yeah,
there's
I need a lot of help on it, but go ahead.
3 skills that are going to help you make a lot of money in life, right? Public speaking, sales, copywriting, right? That's why I love the idea of the popcorn effect, because you're basically now taking the intimate one-on-one into a public speaking style arena where you're the authority. So you turn into a speaker and then you come on and off the stage. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Sales, you're good, man. Like you're really good, which is great. And in fact, you're great at it. You just need better leads, right?
Yeah.
So then copy is what gets people's attention, right? You want to be able to grab somebody's attention, and then, which is attraction, then consideration. That's your job as a salesperson, to get them to decision. Well, there's an exercise that you can do with copy, and Craig just did this on Monday. Give me a quick sec. I know I've got a few minutes before you go.
Yeah,
I'm going to share with you the video of his call, and it was actually really impressive. I've done the exercise before, but let me just go to my deleted items, because I just deleted it. Trashola, and it was just today.
Hey, while you're looking that up, what's the best puncture-proof tube for e-bikes, Joe?
Ooh,
Sorry.
no problem. I'm damn it. Best puncture-proof tube. And I'm just looking up Linda's emails. Damn it, man. Where the did that go?
If you have a thought on that, I'd be willing to take it. I need to get some good tubes in.
Yes, specialized makes solutions.
Okay.
Let me look this up. I thought it was in trash, but it's not. Hang on.
Don't worry. Oops.
She just sent me this. Damn it, man. All right. Let me go back to this question. Best puncture-proof tubes. I would have said the Hutchinson Serenities. I showed you those?
Ah, damn it. Serenity Hutch. Yes, you did.
Okay. The other ones that came up, mind you, were, and I just found out because of the Hutch, I'm on my email right now. Let me get Matthew McNear. He just sent me Hutchinson Serenity tires. There we go. So we went back and forth. So he looked it up. Hutchinson Serenity. He goes, I Googled Serenity video while you were showing it. It was here it is, blah, blah, blah. So he found out about Tannis.
Yes. That was the other one that I've heard of.
Yeah, I'm going to send you the link right now.
Okay.
And it's the Tannis Armor. I'm going to copy and email you this right now, because Tannis Armor liner.
That's a liner, so you have to have the tube has to be a little bit smaller so that it fits into the tire. Is that?
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen with you right now.
Okay.
It's pretty neat. So again, it's not the foam insert that the Hutchinson Serenity has, but if you see it here,
Yeah.
right?
Hi.
13 to 15 mil puncture protection, and then a 2 to 5 mil sidewall protection. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So I don't have all of the details. So your tube obviously is a lot smaller. You can run flat, which is impressive. So yeah, I just sent you this link though. Guaranteed for 7,000 kilometers. I mean, that's a shit ton of mileage. The other option, of course, was the Hutchinson Serenity, but according to Hutchinson bicycle tires, if you go to their site, I couldn't find them anymore, which is bizarre.
They went out of
So, yeah, so if you go like, okay, you'd think city trekking style bike, perfect for your world. Well, yeah, urban tour. So I mean, these are again. I could send you the link for this, but they didn't have the Serenities up there anymore, which I found really bizarre.
Got it. Please send it to me. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. On the way.
My service customers here, but Bob's taking care of them for right now. So, and then. All right. Did you have some sort of exercise for writing copy? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, I was looking for it, and I got OCD'd into looking for something else.
That's okay.
No worries, man. I'm happy to do it. Let me. You know where I'll find it? Let me do this. And I mean, it's a very simple exercise, but if you follow the rules of the exercise, it's exceptionally effective. So let me go back to Linda at Early to Rise. We did this today. I just watched it today on double speed. So you'd think that I had. No, that wasn't it either. Damn it. It was copywriting. I'm just going to search it. Yes. Come on, man. I'm thinking Linda might have put it up there, and I saved it, and I 5 easy. No, that's not it. Sorry, man.
Okay.
Here's the gist of the exercise. I'm going to go by memory, but I really want to show you the exercise. And ultimately, what you do is you take a piece of copy. You take your headline, and what you want to do, and feel free to like reach out to me. I'm happy to do the exercise with you, but I want you to see it. What you do is you take your ad. Because copywriting, ultimately, it's if you have a shitty headline, I'm out. I'm not going to read it.
Yeah.
So if you've got a headline that piques my interest, that's great. And the exercise is it's your piece. You write a headline out. You get somebody to come in, and they're the timer. So you're the leader. There's a timer, a scorekeeper, and then there's no judgment. So the idea is, okay, let's say your copy says how to burn way more calories using an e-bike at Pedego Santa Rosa. That's your start. Well, and so what you would do is I would just get, and let me just go with this, and I'll start a new blank document so you can see what I'm talking about. Are you seeing this blank screen?
Yep, got it.
Okay, so my ad copy would be, so the first it's the headline first, right? So the headline is
burn 2x calories at Pedego Santa Rosa.
2x calories.
Riding an e-bike.
An electric bike. Pedego Santa Rosa. Okay, so the exercise is this. you're looking at this, you go, you have people on the call, you go, okay, the timer's going for 3 minutes, let's say. And first, before we start, we score it. So on a scale of 0 to 4, and you can go like 2.5, 2.6, like don't make it an even number. On a scale of on a scale of 0 to 4, what would you give this as something like? Would you be interested in reading what's next or taking action? Like this is your headline. On a scale of 0 to 4, what would you give this?
I'd give it a 3.
Okay.
3.1.
Okay. So I'll give it a 2.5.
Okay.
So let's say you've got 4 other people, or there are 2 other people on the call, and now you've got an average where you're sitting at around a 2.8, right?
Yep.
Right. So now for the next 3 minutes, you score any change. You don't say, I like that, I don't like it, and here's why. You either go better, worse, neutral. So I'll go, okay, I'll start first. And you just say better, worse, neutral. So I'll go. Sorry.
I better.
All right. So burn more, 2 times more fat riding an electric bike at Pedego, Santa Rosa. Then you go ahead and make a suggestion. Anybody can make a suggestion, but you do 1 suggestion at a time. Is better, worse, neutral.
Got it. Okay. I understand.
So you do the exercise for 3 minutes, and at the end, you rescore it. Everybody rescores it. And what's amazing is you'll find out that you'll end up getting good feedback, but it's quick, and nobody's going, you're not busting your head. And then what you can do is you can take your headline and then send it over to a copywriter.
Okay.
And they can write copy. And like some guys can do it real quick. Another quick example that I learned, by the way, which is really powerful if you're using Chrome, I would go over to your Google Chrome. This is like totally great. Start off a new blank document. You want to save yourself a shit ton of time? Go to Tools, Voice Typing. Burn twice as much fat at Pedego, Santa Rosa. Period. Start new paragraph. Are you interested in burning body fat while having so much fun that you're smiling while doing it? Question mark. Come visit us at Pedego, Santa Rosa. You see where I'm going with this?
Got it.
Like you just, instead of sitting there and getting writer's block typing, and if you type slow, this trick, Colin, has saved me so much freaking time. You're the first person I share this trick with, by the way. I learned this from a copywriter in Craig's group. Like, this is powerful.
Cool. I like it.
And then what you can do is if you choose to use, and I'm going to delete this, if you can go to, if you do a video, go to this website. Notice that it comes up automatically, rev.com. So for $1.25 a minute, I can take a video of myself, record my thoughts, and then I send it over to rev.com, and they will transcribe it, all of it. And it's like awesome. They'll also do captions for your YouTube videos for $1.25 a minute. Yeah, it's sick.
Awesome.
So what's cool is now you're automating and you're delegating. Like imagine if you did transcriptions in your videos, by the way, adds you content that you can throw up on a blog. And it becomes more of this.
Hey, one sec.
Go for it, man.
Hey, Tim.
Hey.
How are you?
Yeah, we're here.
Bob's got all the details.
Yeah, I just told him he showed me a couple tricks.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Okay.
So, and then timeline,
What do you want about?
11 for the weekend, so
Okay.
Friday.
Friday's no problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Good.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks.
Have a great day, okay?
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for the tips.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right. Sorry.
No worries, man. as I'm doing that, I'm sharing social media posts that's going literally there, just done. Like I'm done.
I do mine at 6 a.m.
What I did over the weekend, I think I showed you this. I'm using
You
social,
did. You show. Yeah. Yeah.
What I learned from
set that up.
Chris.
What's the website? What's the website name again?
Social Powerhouse.
I know.
What I learned from Chris, because I wasn't using it as effectively as I should be, because I'm
Yeah.
pretty religious about it,
Yeah.
is every post you should either always have one or the other. And interestingly enough, if let me share my screen. When I take people to Social Powerhouse, if they go to this asset right here, which is what I literally just posted, like it just went out.
Yep.
If we go to this, if they click on the link, and that'll be on Facebook, Instagram, look where it goes. It goes to my website, and look who's there. And then, so what happens is they see that video, and then it's like, you want to click here to book a free call with Joe now, and then it takes them to my Calendly page.
Love it.
Yeah. So I was posting for the sake of posting before, but what's great is now I'm posting and I'm adding this link, which
Yeah. And
Social Powerhouse will
you've
create
got a call to action, and it's booking appointments for you.
at every post. It drives them to my website. So the thing that you need to consider, and this is the one thing that you need to be careful of as a Pedego store. And again, you've hired me as your dude here. So
Yeah, I got it.
and I love Pedego and I love the program that I have. They own your website. So what you need to have is a website that is not necessarily like it directs to your, I would say, to your Calendly account or to an off-site website, because you want to get their email address, like enter the contest, right? Like get them to go where you get their details, because that's going to lead them back to you.
Yes, and I believe that's sort of what Chris is setting up. So
Right on. Oh no, for sure he is. For sure he is.
yeah,
Yeah,
So-
he
just need to get that done. But you know,
I've been using Social Powerhouse for months, and he was like, how come, he's like, Joe, how come you're not getting people to go to your website? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And he's like,
I don't know.
I mean, how else do you learn? I mean,
Yeah.
So now, I mean, even though I'm branding in this culture of branding, like I'm not getting any traction. Blunt posts have been working because I'm getting a direct message. But if I'm getting somebody to go to my website and get them off of Instagram, and now they're watching your video, and then they go, "Holy shit, yeah, man, I want to learn that. I want to, that's gold."
Yeah. All right. Well, set me up on your affiliate link if you're using me on your website now.
Oh, hey, man, listen, when Cape May, when I close them, if the second I get paid, so do you.
Yeah, brownies are cool and all, but I like wine better.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know, brother. I'll make it work for you, pal.
I'll send you a video of us drinking some of the wine on Saturday when I have my.
Oh God, I'm so jealous.
Yeah. Hey, brother, I really appreciate you. I gotta go. I can't sit for 2.5 hours and do this like you do.
No, I gotta pee. I gotta go and I gotta go eat.
Yeah, man. Have a great day, and I'll be in touch when I close a couple more this week, and then I'll keep you
Please.
posted on this challenging person.
Oh yeah. Let's stay in touch, man. And I'll for sure see you next Wednesday in the dojo.
Peace.
Okay, buddy. Later. See you, Bob.
There you go.